Welcome to NASA Dasha. In 2024, sci-fi movies have become incredibly popular on streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and others, providing an exciting way to explore new worlds. So, whether you want to see bleak futures, alien confrontations, or mind-bending adventures, this selection of sci-fi films offers innovative cinematography, memorable narratives, and fascinating characters. So, get ready to explore the finest that science fiction has to offer, as this video delves into the best science fiction movies available on these popular streaming services. Number 10. Other Life. It is a 2017 science fiction thriller film, directed by Ben C. Lucas. The film centers around Ren Amari, the creator of Other Life, a groundbreaking technology that allows users to instantly build virtual reality within their minds. But when her creation is put to more evil uses, like locking up criminals, she soon finds herself in a moral bind and forced to face her painful past, while she struggles to maintain control over her technology. The usage of virtual reality is expertly incorporated into the narrative, giving viewers an immersive experience. Although the narrative poses interesting philosophical queries concerning reality, memory, and code of conduct, it moves at an uneven pace, especially in the second section, when the storyline gets a little confusing. Still, the fascinating concept of the movie keeps it interesting. For those who enjoy cerebral sci-fi, this is a fascinating option. Number 9. Cold Skin. It is a 2017 science fiction horror film, based on the 2002 book of the same name, by Albert Sanchez Bino. The story takes place in 1914, and centers on a young guy, who travels to a remote island to act as a weather watcher. Soon, he realizes that the island is home to aquatic humanoid species, and teams up with the town Lonely Lighthouse Guardian to repel attacks every night, which leads them to raise doubts about the true nature of the island and its residents. The movie does a fantastic job of capturing the icy, unfriendly surroundings and the eerie, hideous monsters, which heightens the tension. The primary character and the lighthouse owner have different perspectives on the creatures around them. Although this deepens their interaction, there was still room to develop the characters' depth. While the picture creates a frightening mood, it frequently stumbles with its conceptual implications, which are interesting but unexplored. Overall, the film provides a scary, claustrophobic survival horror thriller with thought-provoking consequences, plus it is a visually appealing experience for aficionados of isolation-based horror. Number 8. Sound of My Voice. It is a 2011 psychological sci-fi thriller film, directed by Zalbot Manglij. The plot centers on a couple named Peter and Lorna, who choose to record and reveal a secretive religious cult. Along the way, they pursue Maggie, an intriguing woman who claimed to be from 2054. As the story progresses, the couple struggles to distinguish between truth and deception, and starts to doubt their own convictions. The film's simple style heightens its compact ambience, producing a cramped and powerful experience that matches up with the cult's secrecy. Brit Marling's portrayal of Maggie, a complicated figure who is both cryptic and protective, is fascinating and multi-layered. The couple's journey into uncertainty and fear gives their reasons more nuance, especially Peter's struggle between faith and logic. The movie is enigmatic and leaves a lot up to the perception of the audience. Even though some people find this beneficial, others could find it irritating. Its sprawling pace could take away from the suspense, but it remains an intriguing investigation of faith and personality. Overall, it's a thought-provoking, terrifying movie that plays with our ideas of what is true, and would interest viewers who like uncertainty and psychiatric suspense. Number 7. The Creator. It is a 2023 science fiction action film, directed by Gareth Edwards. The movie is set in a future devastated by warfare, and centers on Joshua, a military personnel entrusted with locating and neutralizing the ultimate artificial intelligence weapon. But when he learns that the AI weapon is a child, it makes him wonder about the ethics of humanity's fight against artificial intelligence, as well as his personal objective. The detailed and alluring dystopian scenes, played by conflict between technology and humans, add to the overall ambience of the nightmarish planet. Joshua's journey from a seasoned militaryman to a person questioning the ethics of his task has profound emotions. The AI kid, shown as innocent and vulnerable, generates an engaging interplay. Even though the movie has amazing visuals and provocative topics, its storyline occasionally veers into the same vein as movies like Blade Runner and Ex Machina. There are times when the action slows down, due to scattered pauses for story analysis in the flow. However, the film is a worthy addition to contemporary sci-fi with a human touch at its center, owing to its powerful ideas and depth of emotion. Number 6. Finch. It is a 2021 sci-fi post-apocalyptic survival film, directed by Miguel Sapochnik. The narrative centers on Finch, a computer scientist, and one of the few survivors in the aftermath of the apocalypse. The narrative progresses as he constructs a robot, Jeff, to take care of his dog in the event that he is helpless to. Along the way, they discover affection, allegiance, and survival as they travel across a devastated America together. The film's visuals, which depict a lonely, dystopian Earth with bleak landscapes, are simply yet powerful. Tom Hanks gives an emotional performance, and the relationship between Finch, his dog, and Jeff the machine is key to the story. While the film is enjoyable, it is formulaic and misses the feeling of panic that one would anticipate from a post-apocalyptic story. The focus placed on emotional moments over narrative may leave a certain audience craving more conflict or suspense. Overall, the film is an emotional voyage of connection and optimism, fueled by Hank's performance and the interaction between man, machine, and pet. Number 5. Daybreakers. It is a 2009 sci-fi action horror film, directed by Michael and Peter Spiri. The movie takes place in a world where vampires rule, and humanity is in danger of being exterminated. The main focus is on Edward, a scientist who is studying vampires to create a blood replacement because of the declining human population. However, when Edward comes upon an organization of human refugees with a possible treatment for vampirism, he must select which faction of the battle he supports. The film's slick, dystopian visuals paint a picture of a safe, chilly, and dismal future. The vampires' designs are horrifying, especially when they start to hunger and transform into hideous representations of themselves. The movie presents an unusual take on the vampire subgenre with its futuristic setting and ethical challenges. Despite its excellent world building, the movie occasionally puts style above content. Overall, it's a clever conceptual portrayal of the vampire subgenre that is sure to appeal to audiences who enjoy both horror and science fiction. Number 4. The Wandering Earth. It is a science fiction adventure film, directed by Frank Wo. The movie takes place in the future, when Earth is at risk due to the sun's disintegration. To save mankind, a multinational effort is launched to install gigantic launchers and relocate the Earth to a different planetary location. The narrative centers on a team of astronauts and everyday individuals who work to move the Earth safely far from the sun in order to avert a disaster during the planet voyage. The CGI is excellent, providing breathtaking views of an apocalyptic Earth and the enormous thrusters engines. Plus, the movie has a massive scope, and its portrayal of space and planetary annihilation is amazing. Character development plots take second place to the big storyline, although there are some moving moments amongst the primary characters during the catastrophic sequences. While the film's grandeur sometimes surpasses its seamless storytelling, its visually striking elements make up for the plot's occasionally overcomplication and dramatization. Overall, it is an impressive science fiction presentation with great visuals that falters in character development, but shines in scope. For those who enjoy epic, disaster-driven science fiction, this is a thrilling movie. Number 3. Sputnik. It is a 2020 science fiction horror film, directed by Igor Abraменko. The film is set in the 1980s and follows astronaut Konstantin, who arrives from an outer space trip with no recollection of what happened in space. Under the supervision of neurophysiologist Tatjana, it comes to light that an alien creature hibernates inside him and emerges at night. The plot develops as Tatjana seeks a solution while navigating the military's authority and her own ethical principles. Also, the terrifying and hideous alien adds to the already intense suspense in the movie. Despite being evocative, Sputnik doesn't completely push its story into a new zone. Instead, it adheres to well-known sci-fi horror cliches. But its character interactions, creature design, and suspense make it an engaging experience. Ultimately, despite the fact that it doesn't completely avoid genre traditions, it is a skillfully made sci-fi horror movie that uses body horror and anticipation to give an unsettling and provocative take on themes of alien invasion. Number 2. Super 8. It is a 2011 science fiction mystery thriller film, directed by J.J. Abrams. The plot centers on a bunch of youthful friends in a tiny Ohio community who attempt to shoot a movie on a railroad platform and witness a rail accident that unleashes something strange. As the unusual happenings in town intensify quickly, the friends come together to find the real story, which sets up a dramatic showdown with an enigmatic otherworldly phenomenon. The small-town environment of the film feels fresh with period details, and the train catastrophe sequence is a highlight sequence that starts chaos and drama. The way the children are portrayed has richness and appeal, reminding the standard narrative of kids on an expedition. While some may find the core premise underwhelming in comparison to the film's heavier emphasis on the coming-of-age narrative, its innovative plot, emotions, and endearing characters make it all enjoyable. Overall, it is a sentimental blend of nostalgia and passionate performances that pays homage to vintage science fiction films. The journey is enjoyable and poignant, balancing mystery, action, and passion. Number 1. Oblivion. It is a 2013 post-apocalyptic sci-fi action-adventure film, directed by Joseph Kosinski. The narrative is set in 2077, and centers on Jack Harper, a drone operator sent to a post-apocalyptic Earth, where substances are being mined for humanity's new home in space. But after he saves a woman from a crashed spaceship, memories start to come back to him, making him doubt all he has been taught about his purpose and the real condition of Earth. The film impresses out for its stunning cinematography, which depicts huge bleak vistas and modern technology in a slick, flawless manner. Although Tom Cruise gives a strong performance, the depth of the supporting cast is insufficient to match the film's grandeur. Despite having a striking visual aesthetic, Oblivion has a relatively complicated and cliched plot. It feels outdated rather than inventive, as earlier science fiction movies have better handled its issues of identity and memory. Overall, it's a visually spectacular but narratively conservative science fiction movie that offers spectacle and action, though its plot isn't deep enough to make it stand out.